What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another great edition of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bringing you guys the daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here and haven't already subscribed to my channel, stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the mini links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel that you love so much. The second link is to shop the official Simone with the Sports, a merch collection, get you the classy tee, the wavy tee, or the fly or die crew neck that I've been rocking lately. And lastly, guys, turn your notification bells on because you already know the videos are coming like boom, 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 and you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream. Y'all, I'm so weak. I really sounded so professional in that intro. You don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream. You know what I mean? On my professionality. But y'all, let's get into this topic today. Today's topic is the biggest needs for the Philadelphia Eagles going into, well, we've been in the off season, but going into the training camp and before the season starts in September. So we had an amazing draft. We had a really good free agency, but there, of course, are still positions that we still have question marks in, or we still could use some oomph in, or just long-term questions. So let's start with one of the top positions, 1A and 1B. 1A, safety. Now, the safety position, we know, we were looking at Tyrann Mathieu. We were looking at guys in the draft, Kyle Hamilton, whatever. We did not get a safety in the draft, and we did not get to sign a free agent safety like Tyrann Mathieu. The Saints ended up getting Tyrann, so we are going into the season with Anthony Harris again and Marcus Epps. And honestly, that's not going to cut it, you guys. Like I said, our defensive line is ferocious and full of dogs, so, you know, that should help put a little Band-Aid on a subpar secondary. But just in the long term, we are definitely going to need to address that safety position. Now, a lot of our undrafted free agents, we got a lot of defensive back undrafted free agents. A lot of those guys played cornerback in college, but they are projected as safeties on the NFL level. So we do kind of have that option as well. Kind of seeing what we got with these undrafted free agents and whatnot. We still do have Kevon Wallace as a depth piece, but again, we've seen what we've seen from Kevon, we've seen what we've seen from Marcus and Anthony Harris. Not that I really like Marcus Epps, but I just feel like that's just not enough talent in the secondary. Was not pleased with Anthony Harris last season, and kind of disappointed that we're going into the season with these guys again. But like I said, we might have an undrafted free agent diamond in the rough, and I'm going to do a breakdown on our undrafted free agents pretty much by position group, because I really, really, really like our undrafted free agent class this season. Even though we know all undrafted free agents don't end up making the roster, I really do like the guys that we ended up signing this season. But yeah, like I said, there's not really any intriguing free agent safeties, really, honestly. So it's looking like we probably will roll into the season with these guys. We still have Andre Chaudhry as well. And Jared Maiden. And Howie Roseman was saying, like, basically, he understands the safety position needs a oomph, but at the same time, he's comfortable with the guys we have. And like I said, free agency-wise, there's not that much talent on the free agency board when it comes to safety. So we probably are going to be rolling with what we have. 1A, 1B, cornerback. We know cornerback 1 is Darius Slay. We know that our slot corner is Avonte Maddox, but we do not know cornerback 2. Now, the thing about the cornerback position, there are some cornerbacks in free agency, some veteran cheap guys that are probably better than the options that we have at cornerback 2, which is a positive sign, because last season we signed Steven Nelson late, kind of as like a Band-Aid veteran, cheap veteran to get us over through the season. And I honestly can see us doing something similar again this year, because there are an intriguing list of veteran cheap cornerback free agents that can get us through a season. Again, we signed a slew of defensive backs in free agency as undrafted free agents, and we can see what those guys do. But we also have, going into the season, Zach McPherson again, Josiah Scott, who we traded for, Andre Chaudhry, Mac McCain, Tay Gowan. We still have Kerry Vincent. Then we added Josh Joby from Bama as an undrafted free agent, Mario Goodrich from Clemson as an undrafted free agent, and Josh Blackwell from Duke as an undrafted free agent. So the question is, will one of these guys rise up and be cornerback 2, or will we go and sign someone, just a Band-Aid cheap veteran like we did last season with Steven Nelson. But we know that cornerback position definitely needs some help. Now, another position, now safety and cornerback are our biggest needs, immediate short term, but there are some positions, well, immediate position, another immediate position we need is a punter. We have not gotten anyone to compete with Supposed yet. We know he was he just fell off as a punter in the second half of the season. But like I said, we didn't draft a punter. We didn't sign an undrafted free agent punter. We need to get somebody in to compete with him because we don't want the special teams to be our downfall this season. We do not want the special teams to be our downfall. So those are our biggest immediate needs, safety, cornerback, and punter. Now here are two other positions kind of just in the long, kind of like we're good right now, but it can be improved and it's something to look at. One, defensive end. So last season we only had 29 sacks and that was second worst in the NFL. And only 10.5 of those sacks came from the outside. So a majority of our sacks were coming from the interior, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave. And now that we added Jordan Davis to the bunch, we got Milton Williams as well. It's looking like our interior defensive line is still going to continue to be our bread and butter, which is fine, but we're going to need those guys on the edge and those defensive ends to really step up. Now, Brandon Graham is going to be back this season, but we know that Brandon Graham is older, 30 plus years old. He's not a long-term option for the Eagles anymore. And then we also brought Derek Barnett back, who should not be a long-term option for us as well. So just one of our only long-term options at defensive end is really Josh Sweat. So we want to make sure we are paying attention to defensive end. And like I said, this is not an immediate need like cornerback or safety, just in the long run. And I don't see us necessarily running to sign a defensive end. But that is something that we thought we might draft this season, that we did not draft, that we might end up drafting next season. That's definitely something we can fix in the off season. But if you look at it right now, our only real young long-term option is Josh Sweat. Now we did get HAASAN Reddick, who's outside linebacker and is going to be a pass rusher for us, as well as KYRON Johnson, again, another linebacker pass rusher hybrid that we got from the draft. So that's just something to pay attention to. Like I said, that's probably not going to be addressed until next draft. But we have to be continuously getting more pressure off the edge. We have to. Like I said, second to bottom in the league last season in sacks. It's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. Lastly, the running back room. So like I said, I did a video before about some free agents we need to sign. And of course, I was about to call him Javon Hargrave. Jordan Howard, another JH initial. We need to bring Jordan Howard back. And honestly, we need to get a young Jordan Howard on this roster as well. Someone who can bang in between the tacklers, take just a pounder, can take hits and stay up. We have some running backs we're going to get into maybe its own video. We know we got Miles Sanders, we got Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell, Huntley, and then we got Kennedy Brooks as an undrafted free agent. But y'all, with this great run blocking offensive line that we have to really be getting it done on the ground. And I know we were a run team last season, but that was really because obviously we didn't have the pass and we weren't able to get the pass going for whatever reasons. And we have such a great offensive line. But y'all, we really could have done more on the ground if we had more consistent running backs. This season, Miles Sanders is definitely going to have to explode and have a really big season, especially if he's trying to, get a long-term contract extension, which I don't necessarily think we should drop a big bag on Miles Sanders, just because I feel like Miles Sanders hasn't shown anything unique as a running back. I'm really excited for Kennedy Brooks. I really like Kenneth Gainwell. Feel like we should be using him more. But again, we should really be dominating the run because, like I said, this offensive line that we have that's so great at run blocking, the running backs really need to step up and really need to shine. But like I said, the biggest thing, of course, is safety, punting, a punter, and a cornerback. The other two are just some positions to look at for the long term. Defensive end and running back is kind of just something to look at for the long term. I think we are set there, like we're fine there this season, but that's definitely something to look at for the long term. But in the immediate, definitely safety, cornerback, and we got to get a punter in here to compete with Supposed as well. But y'all, Let me know what you think. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Check out the links down below. Buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. Shop the official Symone with the Sports, a merch collection. And until I talk to you guys next time. Bye.